What is up, YouTube? N3RD Reviews here with another action figure review for you guys. And today we have back again another Neca figure, and this is a figure I didn't even know was going to be released. We have the Neca Burning Godzilla. Now, first off the back, I'm not a fan of this packaging because it's basically the same package that we got for the 94 Godzilla, which just says Godzilla vs. Destroyer. I would like to have said Burning Godzilla and maybe change the image in the background, but same basic packaging. Here's a look at the figure in packaging. The top, right out to the back. Nice, pan out. A nice image of the figure here. Pretty standard, basic clamshell packaging from Neca. But again, this figure caught me off guard. I did not know it was going to be released. But that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get this guy out and have a closer look at him. Stay tuned. Alright, so here we have the Neca Burning Godzilla outside of packaging, and first impressions, it's a really nice looking figure. It stands out, very vibrant compared to the other releases we've gotten so far from Neca with the duller paint. But the downside with this figure is, if you were not a fan of this figure, the first 94 Godzilla, you're not going to like this one either, because it's the same mold, it's the same sculpt, because it is the same character. I was not one of those who really ranted and complained a lot about this figure, because I wasn't really that set on him being exactly movie accurate. I just wanted him to be just a decent Godzilla figure in general. He didn't have to represent a particular film for me. I just used him as a generic Godzilla for my display, and I needed one. And for 15 to 20 bucks, he wasn't bad. But I know a lot of people complained about the sculpt, especially the head sculpt of this guy, and also the shiny paint. So if you didn't like this figure, you most likely won't like this figure, but again, that's all up to your preference. I think it's a decent figure, especially for the price. Well, let's check it out. Alright, so back to the actual figure, and I apologize for the background noise. I got my fish tank right behind me, so you might hear like bubbles or sound of water, so I apologize for that. But yeah, onto the actual figure. The only differences I see, other than the obvious translucent plastic use and the mold of this one, is that the eyes on the Burning Godzilla have more red to them. The surface area of red is actually larger than I noticed on this one. This one appears to have, looks like he has larger pupils, and this one, the rest of the eye is just red, and it stands out. It's a bit hard to pick up on camera, but you get it in hand, you can tell. It actually is a nice look. The color actually looks a little darker in some areas for the black or green, whatever color this is. This black greenish color looks a little darker than this one, but other than that, it is the same figure. So again, if you didn't like this figure, you probably won't like this one. But yeah, get this one out of the way. First impressions of this thing, it is a very gummy action figure. If you don't like your figures to feel like soft and gummy in some areas, you probably won't like this figure. It doesn't bother me that much. I was just surprised when I got it out and started messing with it, how gummy this figure feels, probably due to the material was used to make it, the spikes and everything. They're gummy on this one as well, but even more so on this character, this figure right here. But yeah, overall, it's a really nice looking figure. Again, caught me off guard. I didn't know it was going to be released. I haven't been following Neca online for the past few months, so I didn't even know this thing was coming out. I thought the next Godzilla we would get from Neca would be the 54. But yeah, I saw a reviewer that lives in my area posted a video of this thing, so I went and picked it up on Saturday, which was yesterday. They actually had it at Frankenstein's on Wednesday, but I didn't go in, so yeah, I picked it up. I paid 20 bucks. It probably will retail from around 15 to 18 bucks, so with tax around the same. But yeah, pretty nice figure. The detailing is pretty decent, actually. Again, it's the same character, so I won't get that in depth with the detailing, but the way they did the translucent plastic, on this thing came out looking pretty good. I don't have the Monster Arts Burning Godzilla, which is pretty much why I went out and picked this one up for 20 bucks. You know, I needed a Burning Godzilla in my collection, and this one will have to suffice until they re-release that thing or they make another one at a lower price point. I'm not going to pay $1.50 for Burning Godzilla, considering I already picked up the Birth Godzilla, which is the same mold. But yeah, like I said, if you own any other Neca Godzillas, you know what you're getting with this guy. The articulation is going to be decent. The paint, I actually like the paint in this thing. It stands out, looks really good actually. But yeah, not really much to talk about. This is the same mold and sculpt everything. As far as articulation, the neck rotates here. The head is attached to the neck, and it doesn't really move on its own freely on this figure. The jaw hinges like that, up and down, no side to side motion here. The arms are really, like I said, this gummy plastic. This one right out of the plastic, the arm like popped off like that. It's really gummy in this area, and I never had that with the other Godzilla, so something to look out for is just how soft this plastic is. But yeah, you get the same range of motion and articulation you got on other Godzillas: upper bicep swivel, elbow hinge, rotation. It has the 3 fingers have a hinge right here. There's rotation at the wrist. The torso joint is decent. Bit of an ab crunch. Legs can do a full 360. A little less than 90 degrees at the the knee, excuse me. Ankle can fully rotate, and slight rocker, not much. The tail articulation on these are pretty weak as compared to Monster Arts, but not bad, just on their own. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pieces. 3 not counting the piece that you attach on the end, which is on the bendy wire, of course. And what I don't like about this character is how the spikes change, and then you get this dull white at the end. Again, that's how the Monster Arts version is as well, and it's probably how it is in the movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, I don't like it in figure form. It doesn't look that good. It actually looks like they tried to fade it a little bit into the other spikes, which are very, very soft. But yeah, not a bad figure at all, and for the price point. We'll see how well this one does. I know there are a few complaints about the regular 94 Godzilla, but this paint might distract people from the mold that they had issues with. It looks really decent in person, a lot better in person than it does in video, I can tell you that. But yeah, let's do a few quick size comparisons. Alright, first off, here he is next to the 94 Godzilla and the 85 Godzilla. 85 is a tad bit shorter than these two. So yeah, there's that. And here he is next to the 2014 Godzilla. As far as overall figures from Neca Godzilla, I think these two are my favorite of the 4. How many did they release? 4? Yeah, 4 in this scale. These two are my favorites so far. We'll see what the 54 looks like when it releases. But yeah, there he is next to the 2014 Neca Godzilla. And here he is next to some Monster Arts Godzilla. You can compare the translucent plastic used in these two. This is the Monster Arts Comic-Con Explosion Godzilla, and this is the Rebirth Godzilla. This is actually my favorite figure in this scale right now, and this is the same sculpt that was used for the Monster Arts Burning Godzilla, which is another reason I don't have it. This figure was like $55, and the Burning Godzilla was going for 140 or something like that. When I was looking for it, might have went down. So yeah, I picked up this one. So yeah, there it is compared to the Monster Arts Godzilla. Pretty nice scale. Again, this one has that reflective plastic some people might not be a fan of. This one's a little more dull, and even though this one's translucent, it's still not as shiny as this figure. I'm not sure how the camera's picking it up, but yeah, there's the comparisons to the Monster Arts Godzillas. And here he is next to a couple of Pacific Rim Jaegers, Gypsy Danger, Internal Alpha. Again, this Godzilla is obviously not in scale with these guys. They're still tower over him, and I have him crouching down. So yeah, there's a look at that. And here he is next to Pacific Rim Kaiju Battle Damage Knife Head, which also towers over him. Yeah, but there's a look at that. And unfortunately, this figure does not come with any accessories, but here he is with the flame effect from Rebirth Godzilla, and he works quite well with that. And here he is next to the burning fire ray that comes with the Fire Rodan figure from Monster Arts. I believe this flame effect looks the best with him, actually. Yeah, but there's that. And just wanted to give you guys a quick look at how the translucent effect looks when you put a light behind it. You can see the legs are pretty see-through, though the torso is a little thicker with the spikes. You can't see through it as much. A little more up here. But yeah, the legs are almost completely translucent. There's so much of that plastic used on the thighs. And there's a look at the spikes. Those are pretty thin. Yeah, but overall, a decent effect. Really nice effect. But yeah, there's that. Alright, so overall opinion of the figure, is he a must get? If you're a fan of the Neca Godzillas, yes he is. Go grab him. It's a great figure for the price point, 15 to 20 bucks. If you're comparing him to the Monster Arts figures, you're gonna be a little let down because he cannot match up with those. How can you expect him to for 20 bucks? Those are figures that are going for 80 to 100, 150 bucks. So you know what you're getting for the money you're spending. It's a really nice figure, stands out as opposed to the other NECA Godzillas color-wise. I recommend them. Thanks for watching. This is N3RD Reviews. Please like, rate, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more action figure reviews. Thanks, guys.